Welcome everyone back to my channel, Fit a Little Bit. This video is going to be more of a serious, video. It'll be a little comedy in, but it's going to be more of a serious video about basically getting your finances in order. A lot of things have happened to me over the last few months that have been red flags. For me, I'm aware of it. It's kind of like what I deal with every day, but a lot of big red shiny lights have come on to say, get your financial life in order. Okay, and just get your life in order, period. So we'll talk about finances a little, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about medical and emergencies and just family issues and what people should do when they care about family or have family that care about them. What we have to do as people is live in our truth. We have to understand who we are and where we are and live in that. It becomes a problem or your life becomes frustrating or too heavy when you don't live in your truth, when you spend more time pretending who you are and what you have versus who you really are and what you really have. And who you are is fine. Everybody's made to their own perfection. So there's nobody should be trying to be like. Just be the best you that you can be. And live physically, financially, and mentally where you're at. Do not try to live like the next person, because that's not the hand that you have. You can get that hand probably with some better spending behavior, and just embracing where you're at and letting the universe put things better into the universe, so those same things will return to you. I wrote a few notes. I'm not sure if I'm going to follow them or not. I want to talk about also about family. And when you have family that care about you, if you care about them, care about yourself. Try to do things to take care of yourself. And I'm speaking in particular, I'm involved a lot with the medical industry and being involved in those environments. And I see people sometimes refuse to take the medication, or just being grouchy. Now everybody has good and bad days. I don't believe in 100% medication, but I do believe in some medication. I wouldn't tell anybody don't take no meds. Not take them all, but don't go a day without taking your medication. The insulin is prescribed because your pancreases are not performing like they should. And unless you done had a surgery and had them corrected, take a damn insulin. It's only hurting yourself in the little poke that you get from putting that medication in your body, which takes about 3 seconds. It's what's keeping you alive. Now, if you decide you don't want to live anymore, let everybody know so we can get our emotions in order and get prepared for your departure. But other than that, you just it just turns into being a clown. You just putting on for some reason. Give yourself a shot and still cuss everybody out, or whatever it is that you want to do. That's just my sidebar. That's about the physical fitness. Let's move on to the financial fitness. And I did take a few notes that I talked about. Okay, stop wishing. Just stop wishing and start dishing out some real logic and some real truth to yourself. This is the bottom line. Your gross income is not the same as your net income. Your gross is the whole big enchilada before Uncle Sam, child support, and IRS get their hands on it. Your net is what's the direct deposit. That's the true amount of money that you have to spend. Quit trying to spend your gross and getting all those overdraft charges and all that foolishness. Then mad because you've overdrawn, talking about the bank took my money. No, you stole from the bank and the bank charged you for using their money. Spend only your net. I'm full support of direct deposit just for the convenience, but people, some of us, we need to really put out that check stub and look over it line by line again, because we get delusioned and confused and thinking we have more than what we have. You need to pull that check stub out and show that it's only $17.69 a week, okay? And that's all that you have to spend. I think we need to open up those envelopes and go online and print out those actual check stubs so we can see where our money is going, and quit spending $1,800 a week, because that's not what you have. You only have $17.69. So stop wishing on a star and start dishing out the truth to yourself. This is all that I have, and this is all that I can spend. And quit being mad at the bank. I think I've said this 100 times. I don't know if I did it on video or just in my office. I'm not sure. Debt is the devil. When you look up the word debt, it should be a little devil symbol next to it. It's there for you in instances when you may not have any other choice or an emergency. I believe you should have some sort of credit card to, you don't even need them anymore to do rental cars. You could just do a debit card for that. But if you need it for emergencies, you know, for car breakdown or something like that. But credit cards are not for you to live off of. And debt is not your friend. Even if you have to get in some sort of debt, pay it down, pay it down, pay it down. Even if you make a $25 payment per month on every single credit or debt that you have, every credit card, every medical bill, pay it down, pay it down, pay it down. It may not look like it's a lot when you're paying $25 on that traffic ticket that's about $300, but I guarantee you, you keep paying that $25, it's going to keep going down and down, and eventually, it may take a year or a little more, that debt will be gone. Don't take that $25 and go to Outback because you don't have the whole $200 to pay the ticket. That's just dumb to me, but obviously it's not dumb to everyone else. I know you want to go to Outback. I know they got some kind of special going on for $13. I get that. Minimally, send for your ticket $12 and then get the special at Outback, because I know you want that little steak special. I get all of that. But every bill, pay it down, light bill, credit cards, medical bills. You need to pay, those little co-pays. You got to go back to the doctor. What you going to do, switch doctors? Send them they $5, send them they $10. You got braces on the kids, you probably can't even afford the braces. You just had to get the braces because everybody else in the neighborhood got them, and you want your child to be perfect. Pay the doggone orthodontics his money. So when it's time to have those braces tightened, we ain't got to make them no reason why we ain't going to see Dr. Green. We ain't going to see Dr. Green because I ain't got no green because I didn't pay him like I was supposed to. Okay? Retirement. People, even in your 20s, I had this conversation, probably 3 very serious conversations in my life since I've been an adult. Very serious, and I listened every time, and you listen to this. Retirement is around the corner. Whether you're 21, 31, 41, 51, 61. Retirement is around the corner, okay? And retirement isn't about age anymore. It's just about retiring from what you're doing, and you may want to do something else, or you may not want to do anything at all. You may just ball out of control and have so much money you don't have to work at all. But at 21, at 19, at 18, I would even say at 17, start saving money for retirement. There are people out there who retired at 35. They weren't retirement age according to the law, but they were retirement according to the money law. They had enough money where they didn't have to work anymore. Make investments. Take some chances. Maybe not, chances where you don't have any food. Let's not miss a meal, or not pay insurance on your car. But take a few chances. Be a little risky. I believe people get rich are the risk takers, okay? And I say risk takers, take some of your money and save it to take a risk. Don't take the rent money this week to go do a demo. Save your money. Save your money up to buy you some studio time. Then take that risk, and if you make some money off the demo, take that money and put it into your retirement. Every time you get some money, put it into your savings plan. Contact Fidelity Investments, and they're not endorsing this, but they made me very happy throughout my life. Contact Fidelity. If you have a job, put more money into the retirement. They give you the option to, what's it called, thrift savings or the 401k plan. Pay more money into it. You're not giving it to the company. It's for you, honey, so that when you do retire, let's say you have to work until you're 65, you can end up in Sunrise Manor on the hill, okay, somewhere with a lake flowing in the back, and not in the neighborhood where they got a bunch of gates around it and there's fans blowing instead of central air, okay? So invest in some retirement. Take some time into retirement. Multiple streams of income. I'll tell anybody always, if your 9 to 5 is not enough, just temporarily, if you have to, work something part-time Friday night, Saturday morning to get the extra money to invest in the retirement or get over whatever hump you have going on. Live with less. If your income is, if you're bringing home $17.69 a week. Don't live off $17.69. Live off $1,000. Take the other $7 and what I'm gonna say, put it into retirement. Do some investing. Don't live off every single dime that you have. Everybody can't go to private schools. Everybody can't get the new gym shoes right now. Everybody can't buy the longest hair right now. That may have to wait a little bit. Get that money built up. Minimally, you'll have it there for an emergency. Emergency could be like you get sick and you can't work for 6 months, and then the what is it called, the sick pay or the workers' comp run out. You still have that savings there to live a decent normal life while you're recovering. Save. A lot of people get injured or become ill, develop cancer and things like that, and there's no money saved anywhere. You need to think about that, especially if you have children. So I always say live off less, live off less, live off less. Addictions. If you have an addiction, that'd be shopping, which I could not address myself. I shopped a lot, and then eventually, oh, that's Gucci. Gucci's back there. Got his little he got a little sneezing going. I think I shopped too much. So what I did, I like shopping. I think I realized it wasn't the purchasing of the items, it was the activity of going through, it was the finds that I like. So I stopped going so much to Saks Fifth Avenue. I stopped so much from going to those places, and I started doing thrifting, and I would go find the same items, the same name brand things, but at a a lower price. And it stopped making sense to keep spending and keep having that addiction. The same thing, I think I can talk about smoking. I know enough smokers, unfortunately. Stop smoking. That's such an expensive habit. I think cigarettes are like $7. My father, 70 something years old, just told me the other day he stopped smoking. He said it's just too much work.